Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti are two of the most prominent OGs in the game at present. They both performed for the cities, and when they collaborated, the music became crazier. However, a tiny error destroyed their love and sparked a nasty quarrel that turned them against one another. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at the intense beef between Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane. So, let's start our video. Before Kanye hit the scene and changed the game, Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti were bona fide legends. Hip-hop's essence consists of men flexing and discussing their work in the trenches. Consequently, it made sense for two of the most authentic street artists to collaborate. Even though they were raised in separate cities, their personalities are still comparable. Both of them grew up hustling and doing whatever it took to survive on the streets. They both became famous at the same time and were renowned for their sincerity. Thus, they had a great degree of mutual respect. They started composing songs like More Money and Brick. Fans purchased the singles in great numbers. Gucci and Gotti took it a step further by producing a collaborative mixtape dubbed The Definition of a G. It appeared that Gucci and Gotti would soon control the entire industry since everyone was feeling their music. Before they could become hip-hop's next dynamic duo, however, everything broke apart because of petty rivalry. In October 2012, Gucci was promoting Trap God with a tour. The 17th of the month of October was picked as a publication date since it was a meaningful date for him. Gucci's label is 1017, and after months of advertising, he was determined to release it on that date. As an artist and label owner, this was the next big step for Gucci. Then, it was revealed that Gotti's album would be released on the exact same day. According to Gotti, he was pleased to learn that Gucci would release his project on the 17th. He was unaware of this fact. He stated in the interview, "He's destined to be my homeboy." I rang his phone immediately. His simultaneous release with Gucci was a win-win arrangement according to him. Everyone is aware of the snug fit. He believed that the publicity would help both of them. Gucci, however, did not share that sentiment. Gotti added, "Therefore, I directed him to cut it up accordingly. I lashed back at him." Gotti believed that Gucci might modify his contact information, so he authorized a member of his staff to contact Gucci on his behalf. Gucci never made contact with him. Gotti was surprised because he believed that they were cool. Then, just before the release, Gucci tweeted, "Why would another artist release a mixtape on 1017? I'm not Brick Squad if they're not Brick Squad. Hashtag Trap God." Gotti observed the tweet and attempted contact immediately. He indicated that they discussed it over the phone, but also told the reporter that from that point on, he was aware that his friend had an issue. Even though he did not comprehend why Gucci was so angry, Gotti still considered him a friend. Consequently, he chose to move his release date to the next day. Nevertheless, it appears that that wasn't the only problem. Gotti informed the Breakfast Club that when he spoke with Gucci about the release date, they exclusively discussed Gotti's operations with Gucci's ops. Gotti had just released a track remix with T.I. and Jeezy. Everyone's aware of the infamous beef between Gucci and Jeezy. Therefore, he disapproved of Gotti's involvement with a man who allegedly sent Gotti money. Gotti was not the only person to cross ties in order to interact with others. Gucci had a close friendship with one of Gotti's biggest ops, Young Dolph. Prior to his untimely passing in 2021, they reportedly failed and abandoned the project in 2013. Gotti discussed the issue by telephone, and Gotti thought everything was okay. However, further events led to a permanent rift between the two. His biggest concern is because he released his mixtape on 1017 and is attempting to ride my coattails, Gucci remarked in a radio interview. "Why would you discard it if you chose to play 1017? And when I ask your partner as to why you did it, you provide no explanation. Oh, I had no idea you were releasing a mixtape," you respond. Even though he didn't trust Gotti's claim that he was unaware of the release date, he assumed that Gotti must have known because he had been pushing the tape for months. Gotti was aiming to attract attention to his music at the time, but he had no intention of exacerbating the situation. Consequently, he moved his release date to 1018. The link was nevertheless already broken. The situation was about to deteriorate. Next, Gucci released the song Birds of a Feather, in which he disparaged several of his superiors. He executed Jeezy and T.I. before dropping the line. Even Gucci and Doe's camp knew why Gotti dissed them on the record. According to Gotti, initially, Gotti looked to be slotting and then discarding items. However, he responded, "Distract, go have mercy," and then he severed ties with him. That would have been plenty. The conflict then took a turn that increased disdain to 100%. Gotti said in Breakfast Club interview that he had slept with Keisha K, Gucci's wife, or that his backcountry wife was in jail for violating her probation. Gucci and Keisha had a past together despite not being married at the time. Gucci began to spiral out of control on September 13, 2013. Gucci was hanging out with a friend when his erratic behavior prompted the guy to call the cops. As soon as the police arrived, Gucci began to shout and threaten them. Following the discovery of drugs and a handgun, they arrested them. Gucci was reportedly hospitalized after his arrest due to lead-induced seizures, according to those close to him. On December 3, 2013, he was charged with 2 counts of possessing a handgun as a convicted felon. He risked up to 20 years in prison if convicted. Gucci was at the top of the rap game. but drug abuse and other illicit activities threatened to destroy his career. Later, Gucci maintained that he was not in fact banned from the concert. What are your thoughts on this beef? Leave your response in the comments section down below. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned.